After the Civil War, Romare Bearden's great-grandparents were among the African-American middle class that established businesses in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the railroad and cotton industries prospered. But when Bearden was a young child, his family faced discrimination in the Jim Crow laws and attitudes of the South. So in 1914, the 3-year-old Bearden and his parents participated in the Great Migration to the North, moving to New York City. After his family moved to Harlem, Bearden spent many fondly remembered summer vacations in North Carolina with his great-grandparents. Bearden, of African, Cherokee, and Italian descent, was one of America's most vibrant and innovative 20th century artists. Although Bearden achieved artistic success with different styles in media, today he's remembered mainly for his collages, which he referred to as paintings. In his collages, he not only analyzed the social and political issues of his time, but he also told his personal story and the daily life experiences of African Americans living in the rural South and the urban North. In addition, his paintings incorporated references to music, classical art, literature, and religion. He described his process in creating the collages as follows. I first put down several rectangles of color, some of which are in the same ratio as the rectangle that I'm working on. Then I paste a photograph, say anything, just to get me started. Maybe a head at certain places in the canvas. I try to move up and across the canvas, always moving up and across. Bearden had a passion for trains. He spent many hours as a boy with his great-grandfather watching trains roll through Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, let's get into our story, My Hands Sing the Blues, Romare Bearden's Childhood Journey. Written by Jeanne Walker Harvey, illustrated by Elizabeth Zunan. I snip a patch of color and add a cutout face. Oh, I glue on jazzy blue for sky and add another face. People walk into my work as if it's always been their place. My hands sing the blues when I paint and cut and paste. I never know what I'll create when I paint and cut and paste. I use paper, fabrics, photos, and nothing goes to waste. Today my memory whirls back to my North Carolina past, swirling days of hot July, picking berries in my past. Just then, a train roars across my canvas with a loud and steamy blast. I'm back as a boy, talking with great-grandma down the old dirt road. I'm walking with great-grandma down the old dirt road to the land of the Cherokees from where her stories flow. Rocking on her creaky swing, we hear the crickets chirp. We feel the humming of Magnolia Mill and hear the crickets chirp. We gulp down warm tomato slices, trying not to slurp. Riding up on great-grandpa's shoulders, I am a strong and mighty tower. My chin rests on his head, I am a strong and mighty tower. We're watching the good trains go by, hour after hour. We know every train by its swinging whistle tune. Each engineer plays a different whistle tune, like the Atlanta-New York special sizzling through at noon. The trains cha-chunk on by. Woo-woo, woo-woo, one more round of whistles. Woo-woo, woo-woo, wah-wah-dee-doo. Then one day I'm waiting on a bench for a train to roll on in. Mom and Pop and me, we're waiting for a train to roll on in, to take us to New York, where our new life will begin. From the south to the north, many more have gone before me. Riding on the railroads, many more have gone before me, wanting to be free like the wind blows through a tree. From somewhere down the track, I can hear that whistle blow. I tap my toes to the beat and hear that whistle blow. Whoa-de-whoa, the locomotive slides in slow. Lifting luggage up the stairs, the Pullman porter nods at us. Standing by the sleeping cars, the Pullman porter smiles at us. But we can't go in sleeping cars, and we're not to make a fuss. Tears sting my eyes when I hear the call, all aboard! I hug great-grandma and great-grandpa, and then I climb aboard. I settle in my seat and wonder what we're traveling toward. Tink-a-tink, tink-a-tink, the engine picks up speed. Canuck-ca-nee, tink-a-tink, tink-a-tink. Bye-bye, Trade Street Station. Canuck-ca-nee. With a thrumming and a drumming, the train hums a tune to me. I press my nose against the glass and watch the world whizzing by. A patchwork quilt of greens and golds, the world whizzing by. Farms and fields of cotton, roosters pecking bugs nearby. I spy a woman by a washtub, stirring, staring up at me. I wonder what she's thinking, staring up at me. Maybe that tomorrow, so far away I'll be. The train glides us up to Harlem, New York City. That's where I am right now, painting what's inside me, sharing stories of my past and the joys and fears inside me. Like a flower, I have roots in my Carolina past, roots sunk deep in my childhood long past. The people and the places are in my art to last. When I begin something new, I take it slow and steady. I let myself become my art and take it slow and steady. I'll lag behind the beat until I'm sure I'm ready. I want my art to touch each of us so we can understand. I want to follow roads from secret places so we can understand that the blues sing for each of us all across the land. I'm like a singer calling out, then holding back. I'm like a trumpet player blowing loud, then dropping back. When I put a beat of color on an empty canvas, I never know what's coming down the track.